What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, man? Nieces and nephews, kin folks and cousins. Your godfather is back in the house, and the house is, of course, packed. Did you get you a cookbook over the holidays? Did you get a cookbook, Shirley? I don't know if Shirley got a cookbook. Did she get one?
I don't need a cookbook.
God damn it, you need a cookbook. You need a cookbook and you need some etiquette lessons. All right, sorry guys, I was supposed to be on at 10 o'clock, but of course, your godfather is out in the field where the work is real. And I sat down with two very lovely, beautiful black women and had an invigorating conversation. Holy Jesus, holy Jesus, holy Jesus. When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Had a good conversation. But I want to talk about something that kind of goes into the conversation I had earlier, okay? The conversation I had earlier with these women. One woman was a realtor, you know, she's in her 30s, and the other woman, and basically it was same old stuff. Wanting to find a husband, find a man. And one of the things that I have noticed over the last year, more than anything else, is many women have good intentions when they are trying to give advice to other women. But your godfather is right more often than a lot of women want to admit. And single women keep women single. More on that later. But I want to talk about one of the biggest things I'm seeing with what I consider to be nice modern women. Nice modern women. We're not talking about these women who are ratchet and loud and argumentative. Hold on. What is a nice modern woman? A nice modern woman is a woman who, on paper, you really can't see why this woman is single or unmarried. She's intelligent. Most are educated. Most are attractive. They're fit. They're feminine. But they're still over 30 and unmarried. And I have talked to thousands and thousands and thousands of women in my lifetime. And one thing that I would say, especially when I do my one-on-one sessions, is a theme starts to emerge. A theme starts to emerge, and one of the things that I wanted to bring to women's attention is men today feel like they're doing too much in relationships and women aren't doing enough. Men feel like they're doing too many things and women aren't doing enough. And why is this? One of the biggest issues today with women in the danger zone and above, 27 to 35 and above, is the notion of emotional labor. Now, I want you guys to hit that damn badge button. Come on, man. Your godfather's been out for a minute with the hookama jukama. Oh, and
He wrong for that, baby.
been out for a minute with the hookama jukama. So we're back in effect. But here's the thing: what is emotional labor? Many women today, especially college-educated women, are exhausted when it comes for relationships. I said it the other day. Most women over 30 are doing all they can to get to Friday. They live from dreading going to bed on Sunday night hating Monday morning at 6 o'clock, and can't wait to get to Friday at 6 o'clock. That's it. We're talking about women who are active, they work out, but all they can do is stay awake. And they have no time for serious relationships, because ladies, understand something. Relationships with men of value is work. Real relationships require real work. And many women today want to be trophy wives for this very reason. I don't want to have to be responsible for nothing. I don't want to have to do nothing. Why? Because they're fucking exhausted. And where's the root of this exhaustion? Emotional labor. Emotional labor is the process of managing feelings and emotions to fulfill an emotional requirement of their job. Attorneys, physicians, nurses, salespeople in some regard, massage therapists, creatives, actors. Remember all those categories? Women in military and law enforcement, remember those jobs that I ran down that men of value tend to avoid women? Marriage-minded men tend to avoid women who have emotionally taxing jobs. Why is this important? Because most of the single women today are in some sort of, and watch them start to get angry. This is when the nurses are going to come at me to a pitchfork. They're in emotionally draining jobs. Why? Because if your job is spent managing patients, managing customers, managing anything, that means you go to work and you have spent your emotional availability. What do you have left for a man when he gets home? You don't have the ability to be loving, affectionate, emotionally available, and everything else to a man. At best, you have your body. This is why understand something. Women are doing so much emotional labor today that they have a problem even smiling at men today. Emotional labor. More specifically, workers are expected to regulate their emotions during interaction with customers, coworkers, and managers. This is a relatively wide consensus on many components of emotional labor and on their effects on relationships. The components that have an impact on relationships: affective events that display rules, emotional rule dissonance, emotional regulation strategies, and genuine and fake emotional displays. Bottom line, think of it. Think about a woman who has to go to, like a woman who's a nurse. She's got to deal with patients who are coming in sick. She got to deal with insurance and doctors and the public and this and that. All of these things have to be balanced. Same thing with the attorney. Same thing with the physician. Think about it. This is why back in the day, when your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, they didn't have emotional labor jobs. They had manual labor jobs. They may have had to go be a domestic, but most of their day wasn't spent managing nobody's emotions. This is why so many men today are asking, what do women bring to the table? And women talk about, I'm educated, I'm this, because all they have is their job. Ladies, the trick you're in is you are slaves to your job because of your debt. And the only way to break away from your man, to get a husband, to get away from the emotional labor you're doing for these goddamn careers, is to get a man. But here's the trick. A man ain't gonna just take you. What women today want they want men to come and rescue them. Come take me out of the drudgery of my day-to-day job, and in return, I'll be a good girlfriend, wife. Wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute. That ain't gonna work. So we're in an impasse, ladies. If you can't provide the girlfriend experience, you won't become a wife. Many women today are lazy daters. Gentlemen, more men today will tell you, if you have a woman who is not an active dater, I mean, think about it. I want you guys to think about it in the comment section. I want you guys to write the last time, if ever, you dated a woman who was active. Hey, good morning. Hey, I love you. Hey, how you doing? Emotionally active, emotionally engaged. See, women don't have the emotional bandwidth to be tuned in to one man because they're spending 90+% of their emotional availability on jobs. And then y'all got the nerve to want to date multiple different men or talk to multiple different men. Then you run across a thorough dude, and the thorough dude, like I was telling these women today, men who are relationship or marriage minded, they're not accepting scraps. A lot of you ladies, all you have left for relationships is fucking scraps. And you wonder why you can't get a husband. It's not because you don't look good. It ain't because you Big Shirley. It's because you're emotionally empty. One of the things a lot of times men don't talk about is how so many women today are physically female, but your software is male. Meaning, you got women today who have never written a love letter, have never done anything that requires real affection. So you're asking men today to do what men of old have done and then accept a woman who's not fulfilling an emotional need. So you go to work and give your emotional availability to work. Then he's supposed to get with you and he's supposed to marry you. And then you got emotional availability for kids. The man is left out in this. This is why so many men are like, what's the purpose of having a wife if I'm just going to have sex? And here's the reality. A lot of women, if you're honest, they're not even emotionally available. They are physically in tune. They're trying to get off. But do you ladies even know how to make love? You know how many women today don't even want to kiss and look a motherfucker in the face? Because their heart is too full.
Winter is coming.
Their heart is... This is why I say, what don't you ever hear? A woman as she gets older saying she gives more. A woman as she gets older gives less. The problem is you cost more as you're older. Your expectations are more, your demands are higher. And here's the problem. I feel for a lot of you ladies because a lot of you ladies were told to go out there.
I'm a PhD.
Get your PhD, get your career, and the very thing that you hate. You know how many women hate their jobs, hate their lives, but they are locked into it because they need the money, because they don't have anybody to pay their bills. And they don't have anybody who's even willing to split their bills because they can't give a man what he requires to make her a wife. And here's the bad news for you, ladies. There is no easy way out. You have allowed yourself to become too old and you lack the emotional availability because you do emotional labor 40 hours a week plus. And a man is not a fool because he's not going to accept scraps and make scraps a wife. Men didn't tell you ladies to go out and get these careers, jobs, debt, and all this other kind of stuff. This is why tomorrow night on YouTube is going to be a barn burner. Like I said last night on YouTube, women don't want to be wives. Modern women want to be trophy wives. Most women don't want to have the responsibility to do anything. The responsibility most women want to have is even tonight when I was talking to a woman, what percentage of how many kids you want to have? Couple. You want upper class kids, $500,000 each. You want $1 million worth of kids. What percentage of the family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? And almost 100% of the time, the answer comes back, I don't want to have to be responsible for anything. So you got these women.
I'm a PhD. With
these bachelors, these masters, these PhDs, these careers, and they have to be responsible for 100% of everything they do right now. their appearance of a luxury lifestyle. But when they get married, they don't want to have to be responsible for anything. Or what they do want to have to be responsible for has no real impact on the family if they don't do it. That is not a need. That is not a want. That is a luxury. Men need wives for a practical purpose. Women want to be wives for a luxury purpose. Needs, wants, desires. Women are up here. Modern women want to be luxury, desired wives. Needs, wants, desires. So, why is this an impasse? This is why so many women are looking for average men. Why don't they look for average? Because the average man is not going to retire them. They marry an average guy, she's still got to go to work. And to her, an average man looks like more responsibility. And they don't have it. She's like, I can barely get to work and function at work and deal with the demands of work. I don't have the emotional availability to deal with a man. At best, I'll give you some sex, but I got to be in bed by 9:30. Ladies, you're in a problem. Because men are starting to say, well, damn, I'm going to judge a woman like I told these ladies now. We don't judge you based upon your intentions or your heart. We judge you based on your outcomes. And as men start judging women based upon their outcomes, the outcomes aren't there. Modern women today are giving men less than men of old got, and they expect more. So here we go. And this is why they start getting all mad. Well, who are you? Well, why you say that? Well, your mama black, and you gay, and this and that. And all y'all are sitting there just mad as hell. And no man of value is vetting you to be his wife. You got no man of value even is possibly thinking about you in a serious way. At best, you are a fun girl. You're somebody to kick it with on the weekends. You're a sex buddy. This is why so many women know. If you think about it, when you ask women, do you want to have children? Most women tell you they want to have children, but you ask a lot of women, they want to be wild. Oh, I don't know about that. They don't want the responsibility of a man because why? Oh, because that man requires work. I'm enjoying blocking people. Every time, whoever decides to talk shit, you can watch from the clouds. Enjoy. They're like, make him stop. Make him stop. Make him stop. Whether I stop or not ain't gonna change your reality.
Execute Order 66.
That degree you have and that career that you have is taking up everything that a man needs. And you can't get, and here's the funny thing, you even have women who would be okay with working. Okay with working. They just want somebody to share the load. But a man still requires emotional input. And you ladies simply don't have it. But maybe I'm wrong. But that's why Big Shirley and them so mad. I mean, think about it. Why are women more educated, make more money, more freedom, more this, more that, least happy? Because they don't really want to have to work. They really, when it's all said and done, really don't want that responsibility. But then they can't give a man what it is he wants. So now they're stuck. But maybe I don't know about. Let's get on down to it. Shirley, how you doing? How you been, girl?
Greens, potatoes,
Lambs, rams, hogs, dogs, pigs, chickens, pasta, turkey. Yeah, you name all that. Big Shirley, she got all that. Big Shirley, you got a man of value trying to vet you to be his wife? Why?
I don't need a cookbook.
I'm sorry, Shirley. All right, let's get on with it. Here's the funny thing. A lot of women don't seem to, a lot of women are angry that they're in this situation. I get it. You were lied to. That's why I said I feel bad for a lot of you ladies. You were lied to. You were lied to. You were told, let's see, request to go live. A lot of you ladies were lied to. You were told that these jobs and stuff would fulfill you, and they don't. Let's see. Turn on request to go live. Oh, that's what it's sliding. A lot of these women were told that these jobs will fulfill them. Guys, who told them that? Big Mama and them? Girl, don't waste your time. You better get up in case. You better do something so forth just in case. And then fuck around, and then the very thing that they got in case is what they married to.